Alright, I know the stock has taken a dive recently, but I have a phenomenal solution to our money problem. How about we cut the employee wages in half? What do you mean they can't live off of 50 cents? I think that's plenty considering they're given free shelter. Plus, they signed up for this. Have you not seen the new motivational posters we've been putting up around town? We've gotten such a large influx of new trainees. Oh, so I'm the PR risk. Have you seen our Vice President? He blew up the break room last week because his chips got stuck in the vending machine. You're perfectly fine with a fourth wall breaking psychopath as an executive, but the second I want to cut the pay of the people who don't deserve it, I'm the bad guy? Are you seriously trying to overthrow me? From my own company? I built this business. I founded this company. I am the CEO. You can't just kick me out. Oh, this is such bullshit. Stand still, Mervin! Sorry about that, Mervin. I have some unfortunate news to share. Apparently, I am no longer your boss. The board just overthrew me because apparently I'm a PR risk. Like, seriously, I'm the PR risk? I have done nothing but pour my heart and soul into that company, and this is how they repay me? The fact of the matter is, they are nothing without me. Wang Enterprises is nothing without me. Hey, Mervin. Hey, are you even listening? You better not be having a dance party in your head. Okay, you know what? Screw you. It's obvious you don't care, so while you sit here and serve a bunch of degenerates, I'm gonna go off on my own. I need to think of a plan. Whether you want in or not is up to you. See you later, asshole. I can't believe they just overthrew me from my own company. I'm Nightwing 7974. I founded and built that company, not them. And now, I'm kind of just stuck here in the middle of nowhere with no Mervin, no company, and more significantly, no money. Wait a minute. I have an idea that'll regain what's left of my dignity. I'll make a survival let's play. Hello everyone, and welcome to Classicraft, a new yet familiar adventure starring yours truly, Nightwing 7974. I cannot wait to start this journey with you all, so let's go over what this series will consist of, the rules I must follow, and the nostalgia-packed mods this mod pack has to offer. Classicraft is a modded survival series hosted by me. Remember all those cool mods you saw your favorite YouTubers play when you were a kid, but since you only played console edition, you would look up tutorials on how to be Iron Man in Minecraft? Don't lie, I know you did it. And so did I. I didn't have Java Edition growing up, so I went years without playing modded Minecraft. But now, I get to do something 12-year-old me would have died to do. I am going to take my first step into modded Minecraft survival, and I'm glad I get to do it with all of you. The Classicraft mod pack is loaded with a bunch of mods from my childhood that you most likely are familiar with too. Some of them I've covered in my mod showcases, whereas some are there to spice things up a bit and to help me rebuild Wang Enterprises back to its full glory. There's a decent amount of mods here, so I'm not going to bore you all with naming them right away. We'll cover the mods when we pursue them or encounter them either later in this video or down the line in future episodes. Some of the mods include Classicraft, the Even More TNT mod, Extreme Weather, the Aether, and the infamous Lucky Block mod. Now, there is a certain mod that I have explicitly chosen to not put in here, and it's something so vile I had to lock it away in a vault, never to be seen again. Sometimes I still hear her banging on that door, trying desperately to escape and terrorize me again. But don't worry, she won't be getting out of there anytime soon. Throughout the course of this series, I will have to abide by a certain set of rules. Rules will be added or altered depending on how far I am into my adventure. For now, there will be some basic rules that I'll have to follow. Rule number 1, if I ever encounter a lucky block in the wild, no matter when or where, lucky or unlucky, I have to open it. Rule number 2, if I encounter a vein of diamonds that totals an even number, I have to destroy half of them. This is gonna suck ass early on. And the final rule for now, rule number 3, I am not allowed any super overpowered gear until after I defeat the Ender Dragon. This includes anything that gives me a huge advantage in the fight. I essentially want to replicate the same type of difficulty that you had to endure in the older versions of Minecraft. You know, back when there were no totems of undying or netherite armor to carry you to an easy win. I imagine you're probably ready to finally see me play some Minecraft. So without further ado, let Classicraft commence. Just like how every Minecraft journey begins, it's time to break my wrist and scar my knuckles to get some wood. You know, my favorite part of every new survival world is this part right here, when you punch your first tree. Because while you're breaking that first log, that's when your brain starts flowing. What kind of base am I going to build? Where am I going to build it? What events are going to occur along my journey? In the gameplay that you're seeing now, all those thoughts were going through my head. I'm extremely nervous, but yet excited. For those who don't know, I've always loved the creativity aspect of Minecraft, which would explain why I always preferred creative mode over survival. In case you couldn't tell by what you've already seen, I'm pretty rusty on survival. The plan in my head has to be altered by quite a lot since I've never done a full-on modded survival let's play before. On screen now, you'll be seeing an early rough draft as to what I want my base to fully look like and function. Now, of course, this is an extremely large base, so much so you could probably argue it'll be a town or even a city. So obviously, we're going to scale back a bit, starting out small and making our way up to my corporate mega base as the series progresses. In today's episode, we're just gonna focus on resource gathering and hopefully finding a nice area to start our town. I'm sorry. Did I say our town? I meant my town, because the only one that'll be making any money here will be me. Yeah! I spent the last bit of daylight on my first day gathering wood since to me, it's the most useful resource in the game. The sun set pretty quickly and I was swiftly thrusted into the darkness. It's now that I realized how scary Minecraft actually is. You're thrown into an unknown world with nothing but your fists, forced to scavenge and hunt for your first few days, all alone, with no one else around you. So, like the grown-ass man I am, I immediately dug a hole underground and sat in there as soon as it got dark. Just like that, I instantly got flashbacks to my early years playing this game. A frightened little 9-year-old cowering in fear from the mobs that lurk above him. So in all actuality, nothing has changed in the past 10 years. It's a no-brainer that these opening few days are the most dangerous of a player's journey. Anything can kill you if you make one stupid slip-up or mistake, and spoiler alert, I make a lot of stupid fucking mistakes in this episode. But through all the stupidity in my noggin, I was smart enough to already start up a source of renewable energy. Look at that, I'm already making moves towards my industrial empire. And soon, this furnace will evolve into massive factories manned by only the best employees 0 mine coins can buy. What can I say? When you're a businessman like me, you know what's best for business. You know, I'm sitting here right now doing these voiceovers because I tried my best to do improv for this series, but within, I don't know, 5 minutes of trying to make up jokes on the spot and countless horrible attempts at self-commentary to make it seem less boring, I realized that trying to make Minecraft gameplay exciting and engaging in 2023 is extremely difficult. What little improv I did do will be locked away on my computer's hard drive to never see the light of day again. If you want a simple comparison as to what it felt like for me, it was like dancing at a New Year's party with very little movement. Listen, I'm sorry, but improv is just not my strong suit. I'd much rather do these voiceovers since I find it easier and so I could do random and unpredictable jokes. After wasting roughly 5 minutes of my life in a hole, gathering as much stuff as I could, I finally mustered up the courage to take a peek outside. It was still nighttime, of course, and... Creeper! Oh man! Oh god, my first encounter with a creeper was a brief one, but in the rare instance, having the low ground kinda saved my life and allowed me to dispatch him quite quickly. With my first creeper dead, I felt a bit more confident to rise to the surface. Taking a look at the nighttime sky with the leaves blowing in the breeze was certainly refreshing from the time I spent in my cubbyhole. Unfortunately, in the world of Minecraft, sitting still in the open at night is not only a horrible mistake, but it's fucking stupid. So while my dumbass was just standing there, that gave this zombie the prime opportunity to attack me from behind and drop my health to below half. This scared me enough to get me to retreat back to my base of operations. God, I'm gonna get so many people calling me a bitch in the comments. Well, screw you! I have a tuxedo and you don't! But luckily for me, the sun was soon arising, which meant I could finally pack up my temporary shelter and explore beyond the spawn area. And just like that, I managed to survive my first day in Classicraft. Ah, look at how happy I am. He has no idea what's about to happen to him in the rest of this episode. The newly created daylight allowed me to explore the small ravine I found the night prior, but unbeknownst to me, I was wearing the wrong tuxedo in the wrong part of the world because I apparently stepped into a skeleton gang war. Fortunately, the mobs here were about as dumb as a bag of dicks, so I just watched on as they one by one fell to their deaths. Yeah, that's right, know your place, peasant. Now with the majority of the hostile mobs in the vicinity eradicated, I now had the leisure to explore this mini ravine. As soon as I reached the bottom, I decided to burn these flowers to let Mother Nature know she'll be my bitch for the remainder of this series. It was then that I encountered my first modded ore. My stone pick was already on life support, but luckily there was some conveniently placed iron ore for me to snag so I can upgrade. I had no idea what ore this was and what mod it could have been from, so I clenched my teeth as I used my iron pickaxe, hoping I didn't need a diamond pick or something else better. Turns out the ore was tin. I have zero clue on what to do with this right now, so we're just gonna let it rot in my inventory for now. I might mess around with it later, but as of now, I have no clue how to use it, so I'm not gonna go beyond my boundaries just yet. I gathered what resources the ravine had left and climbed back up to the surface where I was met with the setting sun of my second day. Let's play a little game, shall we? The sun has set yet again in the world of Classicraft. What does the magnificent Nightwing 7974 decide to do this time? Does he A, take back the night, B, mine at night, C, end the series here, or D, run and cower away into another hole? Here is your answer. What are you doing here? The series is over. It's just not profitable for me. I'm just kidding. I ran and hid like a bitch. Listen, it's been way too long since I've done this, okay? But at least this time around, I had at least some amount of bravery because I decided to wander into the cave next door to my hole and got into a fight with a skeleton. Instead of putting a torch deeper into the cave so I could see who I'm swinging at, I thought fighting in the pitch black was more intense and it almost ended with me dead for the first time. If you thought this decision was stupid, oh boy, you're gonna love these next 5 minutes. The end of the cave opened up to the other side of a valley. It was beautiful. The light of the moon lit up the whole valley. It was then that I noticed a decently sized crater opposite of the river. I thought it'd be much safer if my dumbass explored it in the morning because, quite frankly, I don't trust myself. If something menacing comes out of that crater, I'd at least like to be able to run away under daylight. I started to set up camp here in the cave because it was much better than living inside of a hole in the side of a mountain. Even the neighbors came to greet me, but instead of a welcome basket, they beat the shit out of me. Now, I thought I was making a great decision by barricading myself in yet another hole and hoping I could just cheap shot him to death.
Where's the door hole?
Goes right there. See, I drew it with a magic marker.
You were supposed to cut it out with the power saw.
Dude, I'm gonna.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So go get the power saw.
Okay, I will.
I thought it was a good idea at first, okay? I had no food, but something I did have was an ego. And that ego would be the death of me. So I broke the block separating us, attempted to get some shots in, and... Come on. Are you serious? He's right there. What? That hitbox was so goddamn stupid! I tried to hit him so many times, and not one of my hits connected with him. Wait. Is that that's the fucking bonus chest? I didn't see it this whole time? I already feel my blood pressure rising. Yep. Definitely not my brightest moment, that's for sure. Not only did I die for the first time, but I realized I forgot about the bonus chest. I haven't even played that long and I already felt like I was on the verge of a mental breakdown. But trust me when I say this, it is going to get way worse. I gathered the starter resources I missed out on and immediately started marching my way back to that cave to bludgeon that zombie's head into the pavement. Honestly, I was more concerned with killing that cretin than getting my stuff back. I pulled up to my grave and was fully expecting to see him sitting there waiting for a fight. Only problem was, he was nowhere to be seen. But I found something even better. I had the biggest smirk on my face when I found his child. So I shoved the little shit into a creeper explosion and sunk my axe into his fragile little cranium. Wow, that was a hell of a sentence. I really thought I was gonna wind up dead again, but I managed to make it out alive and regain my loot in one piece. But thankfully, the sun was on its way back up, and I'd finally be able to breathe for now. It was a new day once again, and I didn't want to waste any sunlight at all, so after butchering a squid because I was raised to do that, I began to investigate the mystery crater, which actually turned out to be a meteorite. Now at this point, I had a variety of thoughts flow through my head. Half of them were positive, whereas the other half were negative. I thought of the possibility of a giant mutant creature breaking out of it and ripping me limb from limb, but I also thought it could have been something awesome like an Omnitrix. I didn't add a Ben 10 mod to this pack, but my inner 9-year-old self was praying for that. It was surrounded by netherrack and magma, while the meteor was a big lump of obsidian. I capitalized on the unique blocks it had, but there was one block in particular I didn't recognize at all. I took my chances and broke it. Krypton's remnants. I just unknowingly stumbled upon kryptonite. Right away, I had the thought of becoming the Minecraft Lex Luthor, except, you know, 400 times cooler, not a lame-ass bald bitch.
I like your cut, G.
Now, I just wanted to put this out there. The original Superheroes Unlimited mod that I loved watching from my childhood is not on version 1.12.2. So as such, I had to compensate with other superhero mods, specifically the Dwuknuk selection of hero mods. I really didn't want to do this series without anything superhero related because that was one of the mods I always wanted to play with as a kid. So if you have a problem with that, then screw you, this is my mod pack. Now that I knew I had the potential to not only kill a Kryptonian, Kryptonian, but to also become one, I didn't hesitate to strip this giant space rock of any and all kryptonite that I could physically reach. It's a bit unfortunate that I couldn't take the obsidian, but that's okay. I gotta remember how to survive in the overworld before I can even try to survive in the nether. Once I got back to my base to assess my newfound riches, I noticed that I apparently got a Kryptonian fossil from the wreckage. Just like the other random modded things I found, I can't do anything with it until I know what to do with it. As the sun started to set yet again, I tossed any ore that I needed to be smelted into the furnaces. I decided I wanted a peaceful nighttime experience for once as opposed to the death-filled nights I've been going through recently, so I tried crafting a fishing rod, which took me longer than it would take the average person.
What are you aiming at? What are you aiming at?
Listen, I played console edition all my life. All I had to do was click A. Now that I had a fishing rod, it meant that I'd have a somewhat steady supply of food, which hopefully means the incident that happened earlier won't happen as frequently. Hopefully. I cooked and ate my first ever hand-caught fish and spent the rest of my night fishing since I was planning to move on from here to achieve our final episode goal, to find land. Because although this cave and this valley are beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's not a prime location for my inevitable city and corporation. I opened up my map just to see how far I've gotten up to this point, and yeah, I didn't really wander too far off from spawn, but I plan on changing that because there is a large world out there to go and explore, and I wanted to leave no stone unturned. I crafted a bed so I no longer have to deal with the nighttime BS and slept until the morning. I wasted no time and dove into the water, planning to explore beyond the crashed meteorite. The area I'm searching for is a plains biome, which would supply me with enough flat land to easily build my empire, but of course, I don't mind tearing down a mountain or two, or maybe even a forest with some of the many modded TNT in this pack. I eventually ran out of food and stopped to fish some more. This was a beautiful area and it had some pretty flat land surrounded by mountains. Right away I said I wanted to climb that mountain just so I could say I climbed a mountain in my first episode. But after butchering the local wildlife, I noticed the wind speed started to pick up a bit, and that was followed by I started shitting bricks, not because I'm afraid of thunder or rain, but because I knew I had the extreme weather mod installed, which meant a tornado could spawn directly in front of me and I would have no other choice but to accept my fate. And on top of that, it started transitioning into night, so I would be left in the pitch black fighting off mobs and a bloodthirsty tornado. But I was determined to achieve that goal of climbing the mountain. After a decent amount of time, I eventually reached the top. And it was beautiful. Being able to stand above the clouds and look on at the world beneath me gave me a feeling that was hard to describe, honestly. But one thing's for certain, by the end of this series, I will stand above everyone as the supreme CEO of Wang Enterprises. But I think at this point, the game realized I was having too much of a relaxing time. Because while I was gazing off into the boundless skyline, I was unknowingly being stalked by an arch nemesis I never knew I had. This person, this being, would make the last few minutes of this episode a living hell for me. If you thought I lost my shit before, you might want to prepare yourself. No, no, no! Are you fucking kidding me? I'm so far away from spawn! Are you fucking serious? The mutant skeleton had killed me on top of a mountain, over 1,000 blocks away from where I am now. This was my first encounter with any modded mob, and it ended with my corpse lying lifeless on the side of a mountain. What was I supposed to do? Offer him a game of Connect 4? I physically can't do anything to fight him! And if he didn't despawn by the time I made my way back to my tombstone, I might as well just start all over again. So I, no joke, marched all the way back there, surprisingly not dying on the way. This is the worst part about dying in this game. This walk of shame is one of the worst feelings known to mankind. This hike back took me roughly 20 minutes since I tried to be as careful as I physically could, and because I went to get a milkshake to help calm my nerves. But fortunately, when I got back to my body, the mutant skeleton was nowhere to be seen, unless he was just watching me like he was before. I made sure he was nowhere to be seen before I regained my inventory. Once I got all my stuff back, I plopped down a furnace and took a breather, considering it felt like I just ran a 40-mile marathon with big red boots. I noticed that the area on the opposite side of the mountain was actually pretty flat as well, which made it a great candidate for a potential starter area for me. It was once again nighttime, and yet it seems I still haven't learned my lesson because I just sat there on my phone waiting for stuff to smelt. I think I realized the potential stupidity of the situation I was in because a zombie tried to sneak up on me and even got the first hit in. I guess that's when it clicked in my head that I needed to start making more progress as opposed to just sitting here, because waiting for things to smelt in Minecraft is not YouTube quality content, Knight. But then again, if modern day monster school can succeed on here, I really could make a killing, huh? I crafted a bucket to grab the lava since lava is a very important resource in my book, but while I was sitting on the mountain cooking up some food, I noticed him. Wait, no, that can't be him. Are you kidding me? He's still here in the general area? What, does he have nothing else better? What the fuck? What? Did he just despawn? He must have sensed my wealth and dipped. He's so lucky I didn't get to him. In my head, I was like, oh my god, this guy just despawned. I can go down and explore now in peace. I was angry that the Minecraft gods got to him before I did, because everybody knows if I got my hands on him, I'd turn his ass into my Halloween decorations. So of course, I double-checked to make sure he was gone as I made my way down the hill. But just so I knew for a fact that I was safe, I headed to my right to make sure I avoided that area entirely. But that decision would end up being the worst decision I have made this entire episode. I thought I was in the clear, going the complete opposite way of the area that I knew he was previously in. But there was absolutely no possible way I could have predicted what was about to happen. You see this tree? Do you? You want to take a guess as to why I'm pointing this out? Well, let's do a frame-by-frame analysis of the following clip, shall we? Starting with this one. You see it, right? You see those bony-ass legs? This guy, this monster, this abysmal abomination tricked me into thinking he despawned when in all reality, this ass basket sat up in a tree, hiding, waiting for me to pass him by so he could go for round 2 bang. Well, there was a round 2, and someone most certainly got banged. You want to take a guess who? I'll just play the clip and have you find out who got banged in round 2. Oh my god! Oh my god, no! Not again! Not again, you son of a bitch! You move! 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 He never left. He never even left. I thought he despawned, but no, the guy was hiding in a tree, waiting for me. This is Classicraft. I didn't know this was Vietnam. He just leap of faithed his ass off the top of the tree just so he could get a 360 on me. Do you want to know something horrible, though? We're still not done yet. Take a look at the watch bar. We still have some time left. You would think things would get better for me in these last few moments, right? That there would finally be a light at the end of the tunnel. Well, strap in, because I'm about to get sent even further over the edge. There I was, taking yet another walk of shame back to my corpse, ready to just start the cycle of torment all over again. By this point, I was broken. I thought doing this series was a big mistake. I had been playing for hours by this point, and I just wanted to give up and stop playing. but I somehow had some sort of motivation because it was daytime and I had found the land I wanted to take over. To my surprise, I managed to find yet another crashed meteor that landed in this ginormous plot of land. So after taking all the resources from yet another meteorite, I wandered a bit more and found it. I found the perfect spot to place my forever home. The sun was setting over the horizon, so I didn't have time to do anything too crazy at that point. So what did I do? I went back to old reliable. I dug a hole underground and rested. Crazy how in the past 20 minutes or so, I just cycled right back to the beginning. I set my bed down and slept until morning. No! 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 He's back! Go away! Man, I can't do this shit anymore, man. I can't. Oh my god, he's still there! He's camping! He's camping! I can't do anything because he's still there! Go away! He's still there! This dude has an RV, a tent, a generator, bear spray. This man is camping! He's all out camping! Oh my god, he's gone. Oh my god. Alright. Oh my god! Go, go, go! Down, down, down! Cover, cover, cover! Oh my god. What does this guy want from me? This entire episode, he hasn't left me alone! Man, the glue gunner is so underrated. Okay. He's not there visibly. Oh my god, I think he's gone. I think he's actually— Oh my god! No! No, no, no! He's not— Are you kidding me? Hell yeah, I got a Spectre now. He's gotta be gone by now. Come on, man! You still there, bro? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I have an idea. Oh, this'll get him. Hey, if you're still out there, what do you call a skeleton with no friends? Bonely! Bonely, bitch! I hope that keeps him up at night. Oh, not the purple camo balloon. That is another reset. Screw chimps mode, man. I have been sitting here for way too long. He's gotta be gone now. Okay, alright. Well, there's step one. He's not sitting right above me. I can't see him. Alright. I don't see him at all. Okay. Alright. I think we're good. Yeah, I don't see him at all. Oh my god. Thank God! He was sitting there for so long! I have spent so much time in this damn hole. You know what? Screw this. I'm just making something quick. And there we Go. There. Look familiar? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd say we did as good as we could have with the mutant-sized obstacles I had to face this episode. I really hope you enjoyed this pilot episode of Classicraft. I've never edited something of this format before, but I hope I did a good enough job to where you didn't lose brain cells while watching this. If you like this video and want to see more Classicraft, a like goes a long way, and if you haven't yet already, subscribe to become an employee of Wang Enterprises. All my channels, including my community Discord server, can be found in the description below if you're interested. If you have any feedback regarding this episode or my content in general, please let me know in the comments because I am still quite new to this. Other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay classy, everyone. No! Are you serious? I just got done recording the outro! I don't get a break even when doing the outro! So help me God if I hit this button. You son of a bitch!